Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Maverick Mompreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Ashley, and if this is your first time listening, welcome. I am so glad that you're here, and if you are a longtime listener, thank you so much for joining me again. I'm excited to talk to you today about the above the fold section of a sales page and how it's the part of the sales page that can really make or break it, and I'm going to give you an audit that I created for my own sales pages. And then also when I'm looking at the sales pages of clients and Maverick Society members that I hope will be really, really helpful in increasing conversions of your fabulous products and offers. I haven't done a personal check-in in a while or a business behind the scenes, so I thought I'd just share a little bit before we dive into the meat and potatoes of the content. This week has been crazy. I'm not kidding. Not in a bad way, but in a I overscheduled myself type of way. I've been working on the podcast launch lab videos and I'm really loving that process. There are 3 women in the mastermind. They are working through the curriculum. I am creating the videos, editing them, uploading them. We've got a Boxer chat. It's great. But one thing that happened this week was I went to go and edit 2 of the videos that I had recorded, and I realized when I went to edit them that I had my microphone on mute and felt like a total dum-dum, but it was okay because the final video was so much better than the first one. And so I guess that's just a lesson on failing forward and that failure is just a stepping stone to mastery and success. Always, that's what it is. And so it was a good reminder of that. And then with Maverick Society, we've been super busy this week. We had our co-working session on Tuesday, which we usually have. We had our Celebrate the Journey happy hour on Wednesday evening. We had our coaching call on Thursday morning. And then we had our Q4 planning session on Thursday night. So I'm sure they're totally sick of me, but it was a really fun week over in the Maverick Society membership. I have Taylor this weekend. That's my daughter. If you're new, her dad and I split custody, and I hate when she's not with me, but she is with me over the next 5 days, and I'm so excited. So I've tried to get as much done as I can this week before she's with me for the 5 days, because I like to just be totally present and available for her and not work when she is here and not at school or at her dad's. And then I don't know if I've updated you or not, but the yard is done. After 3 years being in this house, I have a yard. We have a yard. It's so pretty. It's so serene. It's my little Zen garden. It's literally a slice of heaven. And good thing we have a yard because we are also getting a puppy. Yes, I have succumbed to Taylor's requests over the last literally 5 years for a puppy. I am honestly genuinely excited about it. I know it's going to totally make her life too. And now we have a yard. It just feels more settled and I'm excited. So we get to take the puppy home November 6th, anytime after November 6th. And so we can't wait. His name is Charlie. He's a miniature golden doodle. We get pictures of him all the time from the breeder and he just is the cutest little peanut I've ever seen. I cannot wait to meet him in person. So I hope you're also doing well. I hope that if you are busy and life feels chaotic, that it's just full of so many good things that you don't know what to do with it. And if you are going through a tough time or there's things going on behind the scenes, but you're still showing up, good on you, because that is no easy task, but we can do hard things. Just so we're all on the same page, pun intended, the above the fold section is the part where if you are on a phone or if you're on a computer, it's what you see before you scroll. And I think it goes without saying why this is so critical, but this is literally make or break it. You have about 10 seconds of attention, and if your above the fold section doesn't grab attention and speak directly to your ideal customer's needs, they're really likely to bounce off before they ever see your amazing product, before they get the details. So we need to hit them and spark interest right away. Your goal for the above the fold section is to instantly communicate what you offer, who it's for, the transformation your audience can expect, and for digital products, a visual of what the value is. So a solid mock-up where someone can see what they're getting. Let's go through some of the elements that you need to have aligned within your above the fold sales page section. First, let's start out with, is your headline clear clear and benefit focused. So it should immediately convey to your ideal customer what problem you solve and the main benefit of your product or service. I'm going to read to you from one of my high converting sales pages, and I noticed a drastic conversion increase when I dialed in the above the fold section on mobile and desktop, which is where I created this checklist from so that you can do the same. You can also go to elevatedwithashley.com/toolkit and get a visual so you can look at this while we're talking. So my headline is, are you ready to build a standout, sustainably profitable brand even in a saturated market? Immediately conveys what is the benefit of this product or service, building a standout, sustainably profitable brand. Speaking to a pain point of the market being saturated, it's hard to stand out. Well, here's a solution. Next, is there a subheading that supports the headline? Again, all of this before you scroll. This is the chance to elaborate on who the offer is for and what makes it unique. So for the toolkit page, my sub headline is cut through the noise in your niche and build multiple streams of revenue with my proven tools, training, and strategies in the brand and online business toolkit. So what makes this toolkit unique? There are tools to help someone build multiple streams of revenue. There's an affiliate marketing course. There's a course on creating your own offers, etc., all within this toolkit. So the headline, you want to be clear and benefit focused. Your subheading, further details that support the headline and elaborate on who this is for, what makes it unique. A great way that you can find out if your above the fold content is clear is to send the page to someone who isn't familiar with your business and ask them what they think you're offering. And if they can't tell you or it's way off, it's time to rework it. The next thing is having a strong call to action. Your call to action is, well, they're all so critical. I was going to say the most critical, but no, the above the fold section is the critical part, but you need to have a strong call to action. This is where you tell your visitor what to do next. So my call to action, it's visible. I've got my orange button. It's more of a salmon, a bold color. It says unlock instant access. Now don't say buy this now or download now. Things like unlock instant access, get access today are much more inviting. So your call to action is going to start with a verb like get, unlock, something that's action oriented, and then create urgency. What I do to create urgency is right above the call to action, I put a phrase like limited time offer or on sale now, something where right above that call to action, there is some verbiage that creates a sense of urgency. Why reinvent the wheel? Limited time offer is a great one. Feel free to use that one. And I mentioned this before, but definitely make sure that your call to action button is a contrasting color and very, very easy to see. And then lastly, you want to have visuals that support the message and further display the value of your offer. You want to keep it clean. You want to avoid clutter. One thing that I did was to switch out the mock-up that I had in the above the fold section because the one that I had before was very cluttered, and your visitors to your page should be able to process what you're offering in under 5 seconds. So you do not want it to be confusing. If you are a student in the Passive Digital Product Funnel Lab course of mine, you have a whole bank of mock-up templates from Canva that you can literally plug and play. They're in several places, but if you go all the way to the end of your course, they're in the resource bank there. And if you're not a student and you don't have your digital product created, or you don't have one that's converting well, or you don't have the funnel, that's the course that'll teach you how to do all the things. And so there's always a link in the show notes to that one. Just to reiterate, make sure that your design for your above the fold section and your whole sales page is responsive and looks good on all screen sizes. So you want to make sure that it's not just perfectly aligned on the desktop. That is a huge mistake, especially I know for me, most of my page viewers are coming from mobile. And so it's really important that that mobile piece is dialed in. Just to review before we wrap up, you want to have a very clear heading that clearly articulates the benefit of this offer and who it's for, a subheading that's going to add to that and further explain what this product is and who it's for, give a sense of urgency, something like limited time offer, have a clear and very apparent call to action and a button that stands out using action-oriented language such as unlock instant access, and then you want to have visuals that complement all of the above that is also also a tool to help it be even more clear what someone is getting right away. Goal here is for someone to scroll down and continue learning more about your amazing product so that you can actually serve them and you don't lose the sale and lose the chance to impact your customer and your client because your above the fold section is not clear. So I hope this is super helpful, and I encourage you to go and implement these strategies today on one of your sales pages. All right, that's all for now. Until next time, keep building your brand with authenticity and alignment, and cheers to your impact. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a ton of value. And if you did, I would really appreciate if you would rate, subscribe, and review this podcast. It really helps push out the message that I have to share with other female entrepreneurs. Thank you so much.